Heroes of Hammerwatch II. This little roguelite action RPG really surprised me. It's been such a fun and addictive game, with a ton more content than I ever could have imagined. The base of the game is a roguelite, and that means you're gonna die a lot in this game. This is a game that you will play multiple runs of, and even when you complete the whole game, there is New Game Plus, and there are multiple New Game Plus. I don't know how many, but at least multiple. A run will start you off in the forest, that will lead you to caves, that will lead you to castles, and so on and so forth. Each area quite large with a few floors, then a boss. Your character of course level up during a run, you'll find materials and equipment, and something called trinkets, but we'll get back to that. You can't really level up your character during a run. All that is happening back at the town when you die. What you can do is switch equipment if you find better. At the beginning of the game there are 4 classes: Warrior, Paladin, Ranger and Wizard. While playing you'll also unlock the Rogue, Warlock and Sorcerer. And they all play very differently. These are kind of standard archetypes, so nothing will really surprise you here. Each character have a standard attack, and then you have a weapon attack. And then you also have 2 skills. Each class can also get a specific specialization. You get to choose between 3 specializations, and they will grant you 1 additional skill and 1 passive skill. So in total you will have like 3 skills and 2 passives. And this grants you a lot more flexibility than you might think. No, this isn't your deepest action RPG game, but it is enough for an enjoyable experience. This is more of a casual action RPG, I would say. I think this has more of a cozy factor than a hardcore game like PoE 2. During a run, you can't really level up, as I mentioned. You can switch gear. You will find improvement to your skills. These aren't permanent and will be taken away from you when you die. And you'll also find trinkets. These will also be taken away from you when you die, but these are like passive upgrades for your character during a run. And they range from all matter of stats for your character, and some even have sets, so if you have 2 of the same set, you'll get an additional set bonus. Once you die, you'll spawn back in town, and you'll lose upon death 40% of your materials that you have collected. And you only retain everything if you don't die, which means basically completing the game. Back in town, it will be very rudimentary in the beginning. Almost everything is destroyed and has to be rebuilt. And this costs materials, and the materials you find during runs. But there are a ton of buildings here and upgrades for existing buildings. So one building might grant you new skills, one might grant you new equipment, one might grant you the ability to purchase and sell equipment, buy and sell resources, gain starting perks, more healing flasks, the opportunity to start with a skill upgraded, receive a food buff when starting out on a run. There is a lot here. And I'm really impressed how big this town gets once you actually start getting some resources and start upgrading the town and building all the buildings, and how powerful your character can become once you start utilizing everything they can offer you. It's also very easy to create new characters and test them out and just start out a run with a new character. It's very nicely done. And as I mentioned, runs can be quite long. There are shortcuts to unlock once you kill a few bosses, but you'll definitely miss out on trinkets if you do that. But it is a neat way to gather resources rather quickly. And with these long runs, it feels kind of satisfying to finally die, because you've gathered so much resources, leveled up a few times, and when you get back to town, there is a lot to do, a lot of stat points to allocate, buildings to build, gear to sell. Like, it is really nice, and it is very satisfying to see your town grow. And I must say, you really feel your character growing in strength, because as you head out next time, things will die much easier. But I do feel like the runs can be a bit too long, and I think that's mainly due to the lack of variety. I wish there were more variety in the areas, maybe a bit more randomization, something, because as it stands, it's always the same bosses, always the same locations. That is true for most action RPGs. But as this has roguelite elements, you're always running the same campaign over and over and over again. Loot drop is also a bit sparse. There isn't that much equipment dropping, and for the most part of the game I played a ranger, and I almost never got a new bow or a crossbow. It was kind of frustrating. It led me to easily gear up my other characters, but I would have liked a bit more specific drop for my class. But I do think the roguelite system in itself works well. The trinket system isn't really something new for roguelike, but you get so many during a run. And during a run you have a few shops where you can actually choose which one you want to buy. Another NPC will trade you. You'll find secret pathways to another treasure. There are also a few allies to find during a run. There is always small little things happening, and you get some say in what trinkets you want. And it's kind of nice to see them all vanish once you die. But yeah, I had a blast in this cozy little roguelite ARPG. It's really been a nice mix between upgrading your character, your town, seeing this meaningful progression as you head out on small adventures, getting further and further, killing a new boss. And I think the pixel art graphics is perfect for this type of game and really adds to the cozy feeling of this game. I really think they nailed the aesthetics, and you also get to choose a bit how your character looks. I didn't realize this in the beginning, so my all look like shit, but these are small little details that lend some meaning. But yeah, I can't recommend this enough if you're looking for a smaller action RPG that is perfect for killing a few hours here and there. Thank you so much for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!